Warning: this article contains spoilers for The Handmaid's Tale Season 2. This week's episode of The Handmaid's Tale gave audiences the most unlikely alliance as June, played by Elizabeth Moss, and Serena Joy, Yvonne Strahovski, teamed up to get rid of the violent Commander Cushing. Greg Brick. Viewers were surprised to see that Commander Fred Waterford Joseph Fiennes survived the blast from the previous episode. However, while he was recovering in hospital, Cushing was in charge and went on a reign of terror, executing anyone he suspected of being involved in the rebellion. Going against Gilead law, which states that women cannot read or write, Serena drafted executive order to have Cushing imprisoned and enlisted help from June, who was an editor. Before the war, the plan worked, but now it looks like there might be some punishment doled out in the next episode based on the promo. Another unexpected reunion occurred, as Janine, Madeline Brewer, and Emily, Alexis Bledel, were reinstated as handmaids, presumably to replace the ones who died in the explosion. The episode ended on an uplifting and hopeful note as June finally told Emily her name and baggage, a chain reaction of all of the handmaids telling each other their real names. Is the commander dead in The Handmaid's Tale? What will happen in The Handmaid's Tale Season 2, Episode 8? Episode 8 is titled Women's Work and will pick up with June and Serena Joy facing consequences for not only reading and writing but for essentially implementing an executive order to another commander. Even though their actions helped Commander Waterford, it looks as though they will still be punished, as is the nature of the punitive Gilead. The promo trailer released doesn't give too much away, but there are some hints to be unpacked. It opens with June writing at a desk, editing the paperwork at Serena's request. Serena sits in her husband's office chair, finally in a position of power, and says, "I won't forget your help." What are the women doing at the colonies in The Handmaid's Tale? It's odd to see the two women working together, especially when Serena was so instrumental in creating the world in which she is now trapped, but there is a strange sense of empowerment to be gleaned from them working together. Next is a shot of a baby in hospital, and Serena proclaims that baby Angela isn't well. Viewers will remember that Angela is the baby that Janine had for the Putnams last season, who never seemed to value the child as anything more than a status symbol. Janine, now back in the fold, is worried about her daughter and says, "I need to see her." Then a frosty June repeats Serena Joy's own words. "You know that can't happen," she says, to which Janine replies, "You sound just like one of them." The Handmaid's Tale Season 2, is June still pregnant? And she does. What is the reason for June's stoic obedience here? Hopefully, she has a plan. A scary moment next as Nick Max Minghella sees his pious new wife Eden, Sydney Sweeney, with June's package of letters. "Did you read these?" he asks, and although she says she hasn't, it looks as though Eden could start making trouble for Nick in the next episode. The young Gilead native already expressed how she would have to report to him for not consummating their marriage, so she will not be shy about reporting other rebellious actions. "You never touch my things, you understand me?" he says to her. Who's Nick's wife Eden in The Handmaid's Tale? Back to baby Angela, who appears to be very ill. Serena suggests there might be something that can be done, but then Fred can be heard saying, "We cannot question the will of God." This suggests that the baby will be let die rather than given medical intervention. Then the trailer ends on an incredibly disturbing note. Nick summons both Serena and June to Fred's office where, reading from a book, he tells the two women, "Now we must make amends." The Handmaid's Tale Season 2 Episode 7 promo. The final shot is June grimacing in terror at something off-screen and being told to stay by the commander. It is hinted that he is beating or hurting Serena in some way off-screen, perhaps for her going above him and drafting orders. In the last episode, even though his wife's actions helped him, Fred still punishes her in what, based on June's reaction, looks like an extremely brutal manner. Perhaps this event will lead Serena to go against Fred and attempt to leave Gilead with June. The Handmaid's Tale Season 2 drops on Hulu on Wednesday. The Handmaid's Tale Season 2 airs on Channel 4 on Sunday night.